All right. Ubisoft. You guys don't messed up big time. Let's see what's going on here with this whole lawsuit that is going on. Apparently, Ubisoft saying that we don't own our games. Apparently. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this article real quick. This is just ridiculous. Just crazy. This is from WCCF Tech. Is where the article comes from. I'll make sure I have that linked down below. But let's see here. So pretty much what's going on here is that two gamers from California are suing Ubisoft over the company's decision to shut down the servers of the crew. This was brought up last year, I believe, as well. Well, of course, last year, but there was like this whole thing that came out where people were signing a petition in the UK that were trying to preserve games that were online only, that people had paid for, and they were like basically trying to get a petition going to have these games be being created with a offline, I guess you say, an offline set or offline type of system, which makes sense because you paid for the game and you should be able to utilize the game until you don't want to use it anymore. Pretty much, it shouldn't be on the developers or the company itself. So let's see here. The two argued that Ubisoft shutting down the servers was equivalent to buying a pinball machine. Then years later, the pinball manufacturer storms into your house, removes the pinball paddles, bumpers, balls, everything that makes it playable, and leaves an empty shell. They alleged that Ubisoft misled consumers by telling them that they were buying a game when in fact all they were renting was a limited license to access the game, which is fucking, that's insane. That is just ridiculous, utter ridiculous that this is happening. Let's see, the plaintiff's pinball comparison also came from one of them having bought a physical disc for the crew, which was rendered useless plastic once the server shut down, becoming a coaster, which I still think that's pretty fucked. So that's already a mess right there, because you have a tangible item. You have something like this where it has the disc inside right here, and you can't even play the game that's on it. That's fun. That's ridiculous. That is crazy, man, oh man. All right, so following player backlash, Ubisoft announced that the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest would receive an update that added offline modes for each game. Well, that's good. This would allow players to continue to enjoy both games even after the servers for each were shut down in early 2024. The same effort has not been extended to the Crew, which was taken offline entirely in March 2024. Another point of issue the prosecuting players took up with Ubisoft. Well, yeah. I know somebody, I can't remember who it was, but there was a few creators that were talking about it. They're like, well, the Crew 2 is out and the Crew Motorfest is out. Yeah, but I didn't pay for the Crew 2. I didn't pay for the Crew Motorfest. I paid for the Crew. So if it's a game that I paid for, and I'm guessing this game had microtransactions in it as well, like that should, like does the money transfer over, like the money and the content that I earned in the game or that I paid for in the game, would that be transferred over to the Crew 2? And do I get Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest? Do I get that for free? No, you don't. They just want you to buy the game again, and then so if this were to happen again, it's like whatever, tough shit. So you guys don't know, this is what pretty much spawned in a rare California W. Like, I know it's weird that you'd hear a W from California, where they passed a law where games nowadays at retail stores have a warning label. Like, you know how like a pack of cigarettes says warning, this may cause cancer. No shit. But now they have it for games where it's like, warning, you are purchasing a license, not the game. You're purchasing the license to access the game, not purchasing the game. So now they had that on there. So that's actually pretty good that, you know, at least California acted on that and, you know, was continuing with that. But it is insane. So the thing is, I never played the Crew. I'll be honest. I've been playing Need for Speed. Need for Speed has been my game. It's been my jam, and I'll still play that game till like shit. I still got these Need for Speed games. I got Unbound and Heat. I don't know if these games are even good. I still have them. I haven't even opened them. I got these from my job, but I gotta play these one day. But either way, the crew, it's basically, it's like almost like a simulation of like driving in the United States. Like you can go from New York to California, vice versa, and do like a long ass road trip. And like you could actually go through like the states and everything like that, which I thought was pretty interesting. But what people were saying is with the crew, and how the gameplay is, it's mainly like you're playing on single player. It seems like you're playing the game offline. It seems like it had like an offline component to it, but it doesn't. It's all online for some odd reason. And that's what a lot of people are like, it doesn't make sense. And if it was all like, hey, you had to be online and you were playing with like a group of people, like you saw like, I don't know, a mass amount of cars and stuff like that, like even to that, like even just wording that right there, you could still be an offline component. You just won't see the cars, excuse me. So I thought that was like very interesting to see about that. So anyway, so let's see here. Spotted by Polygon, Ubisoft has responded to the lawsuit, firmly telling the prosecuting players that they should have known that they were never buying a game to own when they were each purchased a copy of the crew, and that it was clear that they were buying a license. That's even just ridiculous. Okay, let's see what they said here. Frustrated with Ubisoft's recent decision to retire the game following a notice period delineated. Damn it, there you go. Delineated on the product's packaging, plaintiffs apply a kitchen sink approach on behalf of a putative class of nationwide consumers, Ubisoft wrote in its response. That's crazy. So basically what they're talking about is like, oh, in the TOS it says that you are playing only the license, purchasing the license stuff, which I thought was, it's very, 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 very weird. I think I have a game somewhere that is from, I think I have Division 1 somewhere. I don't know, but I know for a lot of these games, like on the back, I know the older ones, it's different. Like it's a lot different. Like I'd say they had this. Actually, you guys can't even see that. What the heck? Enhance, adjust. Hold on. There we go. There you go. You guys remember this on? This is Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon original OG Ghost Recon. But yeah, on the back they had like these colors and everything that were, it was here, like green is local, and then on the back, on this one, but this is on some other ones as well, where it's like, hey, actually, if you you know, it's like a warning, you can only access this game. I'm trying to see if it's on any of these. Okay, so it's on the Xbox 360 ones. Basically, it's like the warning to access to the game and everything. It's like Xbox Live, system requirements with Xbox 360 and games. And it's like in an orange fine print. I keep punching this damn camera. Ridiculous. Oh, hold on. Hold on. There we go. You see that? Like right there where my... There was Xbox Live. Honestly, they should bring this back. They need to bring this back on to Xbox 360, or not Xbox 360 games, just in games in general. Because like if you look at, sorry, I'm still blurred. I'm still blurred and everything like that. But like on Xbox Series X or Xbox One, the games like this doesn't really show anything. It doesn't really show anything. I'm sorry, I'm just going like everywhere with this, but this is Titanfall 2 and everything. But you see how that like it's too blended in there, and it's just crazy to see that, you know, it's just it's just insane to see, like it's like, hey, yeah, this is how you see how many players. It's not like really color coded. It's not like showing importance, as you say, when it comes to letting people know about that games. Anyway, going back to the whole TOS thing, you know, like 99.9% of people aren't going to read the TOS. They scroll down and they hit, you know, confirm. The only time when I actually looked at TOS about a game was Delta Force, I believe, because it said that it wasn't required to actually make a, how would I say it? It's not required to actually to make an account to access the game. But then when I go in to play the game, because I just wanted to try it out before I actually make an account, they said no, they meet you with a window where it's like you have to create an account. If you close that out, you shut out the game and everything, which I thought was bullshit. So that's something to look at. You guys don't know. Anyway. Okay. Sorry. So also, whoops. Y'all. I'm going everywhere with this. And there's a raw footage. Crazy. Alrighty. So then they said here with Ubisoft. So Ubisoft also argued that the plaintiffs have gotten more than their fair share of use out of the crew playing the game for years before the announcement of the shutdown in December 2023 and the actual closure of 2024. March 2024. That's fucked up. That's like saying like you purchased a house. You got a good deal on the house. You purchased the house and everything like that. And you've been paying the mortgage and everything for, I don't know, course of so many odd years, right? And then I guess you'd say not the landlord. I guess you would say that the realtor comes up and says, "Oh yeah, your house is foreclosed." Just random. You're getting evicted. You're getting evicted. Foreclosing your house. You're getting evicted. Leave. Type of thing. It's fucked up. Pretty fucked up. Like that's what it seems like. And I feel bad because like some people, content creators, streamers, like some people actually made content off this. Like they actually made like their channels off of this. And it's like you just go for like a drive and it can be like playing music while you're driving, or you can be like driving like just talking about things, having this in the background and stuff, and just like people streaming, you know, just like one of those chill streams where it's like you're not playing something that's like, I don't know, like Stardew Valley or anything. You're just driving and vibing. Like that would be something I would do. But yeah, it's fucked up seeing like this happen. So they said that after making their purchases, plaintiffs enjoyed access to the crew for years before Ubisoft decided in late 2023 to retire and shut down the servers of the 10-year-old video game. Plaintiffs received the benefit of their bargain and cannot complain now that they were deceived simply because Ubisoft did not then create an offline version of the discontinued video game. So I will say this is kind of like on both sides, right? So I understand they shut down the servers because, well, hey, we have the Crew 2, we have the Crew Motorsport, and people are playing that. Not many people are playing the Crew 1, the original Crew 1, right? So we're actually spending more money trying to keep the servers up, and we're not making any gain from this, right? So I can see that, and I understand that. But this is what they should have done. If you have a game that's been up for, let's just say 5 years, right? And you're just aiming towards that 10-year mark of the game being like discontinued, that's when I would go, like, you know, go around the table and everything and start implementing having a offline feature for the game. And that would be like the final update when it comes out. Like, it'd be like, all right, so we want to announce that, you know, the server's going to be shutting down, this and that. We won't be able to play online. However, there will be a final update to the game where it will feature a offline component. Make sure you download the game. Make sure you download this update or install this update around this time to while the servers are still active. If you do not, and obviously have a window, like, I don't know, do like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, give it a month. Just make sure you just download the install that update and everything. If you do not do that, then obviously you'll miss out on it, and then it'll be like, you know, you'll probably be up shit creek. I don't know. That's just something that's what I was possibly thinking of when doing this, because I'm even thinking about, it's weird to say this, but like, it's like with Apex Legends. I know Apex Legends is battle royale, right? Battle royale, it's all online and everything, but let's just say, just for that game, like, you know, the game's seems like it's doing fairly well from work and everything. But I will say that when it comes to the, like, it's something I would really bring up to the table is like, if this game were to just go away. Like if like, you know, it's just not, it's not selling enough, or like, you know, with transactions, stuff like that, because it's free to play game. Like, how will we be able to get this game? Like, how will we be able to, like, how would people be able to preserve the game? We should make an offline component. How we would do an offline component with a battle royale that has people in it. And this is just from my just a conversation with myself. I know it sounds crazy, sounds schizo and everything, but this is what I always keep asking myself. It's just like, if I were to make Apex Legends by itself, like an offline component, so people can still play it and have fun, because people really do love that game. Some people really do. Like, that is like their bread and butter. That is like their life, pretty much. It's like, what would they do? Well, you could make a bot. You can make a bot mode, right? A bot like Royale. Still do battle royales, but have a bot in there and have different difficulties in there. That'd be something pretty cool. And or you can, I mean, you wouldn't have a rank system because you're not online anymore. So like rank would go away. But you can still have the modes, like you can have duos, trios, things like that, and just make sure it's an offline component, which I think would be, you know, interesting. And instead of having like the map rotations where it's timed, have it to where I would recode that in the UI to where you can just select a list of which map you want to play. Like if you want to play, you know, King's Canyon, if you want to play World's Edge, if you want to play District that came out, you know, like those games. If you want to play those maps and then play what the mode is, like, I think that would be really cool. So that's just an example. But anyway, I'm just going way off track here. I'm just trying to put it like, you know, trying to like help people out and everything. Sorry, I got the sniffles as well. So they said here that following Ubisoft's response to the lawsuit, the prosecution amended several of their complaints, including a particular rebuttal against the claim that the players got their fill of the crew. The plaintiffs claimed that they had no reason to believe that the servers would ever be shut down. Late last year, before the lawsuit was filed, Valve issued a new warning on Steam, telling players that they were only purchasing a license for the game they bought and did not directly own the game. This was the first time a digital storefront has been directly clear about players purchasing a license to play the game and not the game itself. Yeah, and Valve has actually been going up on this, which I thought was really crazy, and I think it's really cool. Like, Valve is really defending for the players. So it's like, if a game has come out or if a game has been posted on Steam and they haven't done any updates or anything like that, Steam will actually go in there and like community note it, like how Twitter is, and just be like, yeah, this game hasn't had any updates in the past like 2 years or something, so I'd be cautious of buying it and things like that. So I think that's really cool that Steam is really helping out the players and the consumers, so they don't lose their money or earn their money. So a lot of people aren't happy about this, so we're going to look in the comments. We got one person that says that the game was quote unquote always online server side, and they gave players a license agreement before they could log in and play. There had also been full price console and physical releases of MMOs as well before the crew ever came to be. The concept of the game with an expiration date wasn't a new thing either, which is true. I mean, I can understand it. I dislike Ubisoft as much as any other gamer / person for being a crap company. No, fuck that. Being a shit company with dangerous ideology, but taking the crew offline is probably the most legally fair thing that they ever done. Players that were protesting always online warned everyone about this 15 plus years ago. If y'all didn't listen, it's your own fault. If a game like The Crew requires connection to play, there's a strong chance it won't be available in perpetuity. Wow, that's cool. So then somebody said it's your own fault. Just because you agree to become a human centipede to play the game, does that mean that you should become one, or it should be legally enforced? Probably not. Stealing ownership from us is nothing new, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't fight tooth and nail to bring them back any way we can. I mean, it's true. That's why most don't pay for their games. Yeah, and that's why a lot of people are pirating games and stuff like that, and some people are just like, all right, screw it, like this just makes me more motivated to pirate games, which I'm saying right now, don't do that. Don't pirate games, please don't do that. Don't get in trouble. Don't do that. I'm not encouraging anybody to do this or anything like that. It's just what Ubisoft is doing right now. It's just really hurting people and getting to the point where people are just like, screw it, that's what they're gonna do. Especially what's going on, like the stuff with the Nintendo and stuff, making games $80, $90 on just depending on like the title of the game. And if that follows suits, like pretty much flagship games are going to be like 90 or $100. It's going to be ridiculous. So then another person said that the game was charged for the price that presumed ownership. It was full AAA price. Sorry, actually even much higher of AAA in many countries. If it's a rent, then charge them 1/3 of AAA price or less. I would say that too. Like probably do like Amazon, where it's like if you want to rent the game out, cool, rent the game out for like, again, for like a smaller value. But then if you want the game itself, then pay the full price of it. But again, it sucks that a lot of these games, modern games, it has a time limit on there compared to like, you know, these games are like tangible games back then, where you can actually just be like, hey, I am gonna go ahead and, you know, I can still play each and every one of these games. Someone will say like, hey, it requires an update for some odd reason, right? But the thing is, I can still play the game to its full potential. Well, minus Hawks, I won't be able to play online because nobody's playing on the game. But the funny thing is the servers are still up for some reason. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like, that throws me off. Seeing that newer games that are coming out and people are like, ooh, I'm really having fun with this game and this and that, just enjoying it, and then out of nowhere it's gone. Like, and then you're left with, especially if you're a you know, physical copy holder, it's just a paperweight. And then you have also that extra data that's just sitting on your hard drive, or sitting on your hard drive or your SSD, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's crazy. It's just sitting in your storage. There you go. Digital, same thing. Like, you know, you just have something just sitting in your storage, but obviously you're just going to delete it later on. So it just sucks to see that this is happening in the gaming industry, that people are getting to the point where they're just like, I don't even know if I want to buy this game because the game's going to be, you know, potentially gone. I mean, look at Concord. Some people were happy about Concord. I'm not gonna lie. Some people were enjoying Concord and having a good time with it. But it just didn't do well, and the server shut down. People did get refunded for the game that purchased it online, and I don't know about people that bought a physical copy of the game, but people got refunded for the game and everything, and they got the full refund. I mean, and the game ended. They can't play it anymore or anything like that, and I don't think they have an offline component to that game. So my thing is, I will say my final take on this whole thing. Well, first of all, it sucks. It's really shitty, but I will say that what they should do is games going from here on out should especially develop a offline component to each of their games. I will say that even if you, hell, like putting it as a like have a team, like, I know it'd be more money to pay somebody or whatever, but like, or at least contract them, have a team that creates the offline component, I guess you would say. You know, once everything is done, once you're like, hey, this is the content that we want planned for said game, this is the content that's gonna be put in. Like, that's what I would do. Especially for ones, because I mean, again, microtransactions aren't going anywhere. They're like pretty much a standard with every game. But it's like, you put a microtransaction in there, make sure that stays in the game. You know, that stays with it. Like right now, I could play Left 4 Dead 2, and I remember I got a code for the baseball bat and something else. I can't remember, but I can actually still play that. I can still play it and still use that piece of content that I downloaded. So that's really cool. Same thing with the Ace Combat 6. All my planes that I have, like I have a Halloween pumpkin F-14 that I can still fly in the game, and it's been over 10 years, something like that. So that's all I got for this. Ubisoft, please do better. Like, come on, like you have a whole audience. You have fans, including myself, that have been Ubisoft fans for over 2 decades. I know, almost three decades. Yeah, it's just, come on, just do better. That's all you gotta do. Just do a lot better. That's all I got for you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and play another Ubisoft game. I gotta play Shadows, so because of my OCD. So, stop channel. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace. Also, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. I'm sorry. But yeah, see you guys later. Peace.